Hi guys, welcome to episode 21 of the Gungeon Guys. We are in the Gungeon again. I'd like to thank everybody first for all the likes, subscribes, and comments to my channel. If you can continue to do that, that would be great. I told you that in the last video that I made that I wasn't going to make any videos until the first of the year. You know, the first weekend of the year. We're going to get Austin back here with me, and we're going to discuss some different things. And we might even have a special guest. That person hasn't decided yet if that's what they want to do or not. But anyway, we might have a special guest coming up soon. So, again, I'd like to thank especially the comments I've gotten recently. And my subscribers have been great. Giving me wonderful comments, and guys, continue to do that. Give me the comments. Give me things you want to hear, to talk about. See, give me some firearms you want to talk about, what have you. I hope everybody had a great Christmas. And hopefully you're going to have a great New Year's and a safe New Year's, and spending quality time with your families, because that's the most important thing. I'd like to start off by saying, first I'd like to show you one of the gifts that one of my boys bought me. It's a wine decanter here, and as you can see, it's a neat little decanter with a firearm, a 1911, and he's got me little bullet glasses. And I also got this neat little shotgun pen that I'd gotten to as a neat little gift. But anyway. There's a lot of new things going to be coming up this year that I'm going to be doing. I might even do one or two live podcasts where a question and answer type of thing. We're going to be doing some videoing at, a local firearms store. I've got some other things that I'm working on too. And I'm going to be changing rooms. I haven't yet. Like I said, I'm going to do that the beginning of next year, and I'm going to change decor, and you're going to see just some different things. But getting back to what I wanted to talk about. Today we're not going to really talk about firearms. Today we're going to talk about a topic that I think is very important. And that topic is on the rise right now. And it has been now here recently, I'd say in the last 6 months. And that is firearms being stolen out of unlocked vehicles. I was looking at some statistics worldwide, or nationwide actually, and you know that a firearm, one is stolen every 15 minutes out of an unlocked vehicle. Look it up. You'll see. And 85 to 95% of those firearms being stolen out of an unlocked vehicle are used in a violent crime, whether it be robbery, whether it be just an anger issue or something. That percentage has been statistically and it's factual. Check it out just to see. Maybe I might be wrong. Like I told you, these are just opinions that are coming from me, not anybody else. And like I said, none of my content is scripted. These are just things that I talk about, and I actually came up with this content within the last 2 or 3 days because some things have happened here in the state of Florida, and it's a shame when I have to hear that 191 firearms were stolen out of unlocked vehicles. Guys, as responsible gun owners like we all should be, our cars are not gun safes. They're not. They're not for us to just leave them in there unlocked because, guys, anybody can grab a firearm out of a vehicle. And the uprise of teenagers doing this has gotten increasingly bad. So, we have to be more responsible. And I'm not saying that nobody is responsible. And I understand that, we have busy lives, where we work, we've got a lot of things going on at one time. But guys, remember, if you're going to have a firearm or you're going to carry a firearm, please do it responsibly. Okay? If you're going to carry it, keep it on you. If you're going to keep it in your vehicle, make sure that your doors are completely locked. And if you keep it in your vehicle, please make sure you take it out of your vehicle at night when you come in your house. That is one thing that I do every single night when I come in my home. I make sure I take my firearm out of my vehicle, put it on my kitchen counter, and I make sure my doors are locked in my car. If I'm not carrying my firearm because I go into a government building, a bank or something like that, I make sure that my doors in my vehicle are locked. And if I don't make sure of that, believe you me, my wife is right on me telling me, babe, I didn't hear the doot doot when it comes to the alarm on the vehicle. But, like I'm getting back to, these cars and vehicles and trucks or whatever might have you are not safes. They're not just to put our gun in and leave it there, you know. And there's been a lot of bad things happening because of unlocked doors with firearms in it. And the uptake, like I just said a minute ago, is among teenagers going around and checking doors, and they're finding doors unlocked, and they're stealing the gun, and 85% of the time to 90%, it's involved in a bad crime. We had something just recently happen here in Florida where, you know, a situation had happened with a child and a family relative, you know, and you put a firearm in a teenager's hand, somebody who's not familiar with them, somebody who thinks they're Rambo or whatever have you. Like, you know, this is not the movies, guys. You know, we don't sit here and play with guns. They're not toys. They can hurt you and they can kill you. But you put a loaded firearm in a teenager's hand, and or anybody's hand for that matter, and their temperament rises, and all of a sudden they want to just pull the gun and shoot you, you know, or pull the gun, try to shoot you, and end up hitting innocent people. You know, it's not good, guys. And as responsible gun owners, which I'm sure a lot of us are, and most of us are, by the way, understand this and know this. And if you don't, believe you me, guys, there's a lot of ways to find information out. Google's a big information gatherer. You can, you know, look at safety videos on YouTube, and, you know, everybody's such into these social media channels that you can find all kinds of things about firearms, you know. And these are not toys. And, excuse me, our vehicles are not safes. You know, this is somewhere where we've got to be a little bit more, you know, conscientious about what we're doing with our firearms. You know, because suppose, you know, it happens to you. Suppose your 14 or 15-year-old goes in your vehicle, you tell him, go get something in your vehicle, and you have your firearm in there, and he grabs it, and you don't know he grabs it. Decides to play around with it because a lot of times they don't know much about him. And he shoots himself. Then you just have a major issue just happened. You might have lost your child, you know, or a relative or something to that nature. You know, and it's like I said a minute ago, these firearms are not toys. No matter what caliber it may be, it's not a toy. You know, even pellet guns, even BB guns, they're powerful now. They're making more powerful weapons now. They're not like we used to have back in the day, you know, when I used to play around with the old Red Ryder, the Daisies, and everything else, you know. Yeah, I used to play around with them and have a good time with them, you know. They weren't too bad. But now, things are just getting, you know, they're making more advanced things, you know, and we're getting more advanced in life. And, you know, we just got to be a lot more conscientious, you know, and learn more, you know. And we can't keep our firearms in our vehicles that are unlocked. We just can't do that. You know, there was 191 of them so far in the past month and a half. I think it said, I'm not too sure, but a month and a half, 191 just in Hillsborough County that were stolen out of unlocked cars. So what does that tell you? That tell you that, you know what it tells me? That either we haven't learned or we're not responsible for, you know, gun owners. You know, and the one thing like I could say is I'm not guilty of that. And most of the people that I know, and probably most of the people that watch my channel, are not guilty of that. But for people who don't know, you know, I do these videos to give you information, to hopefully teach you. I hope the content and some, you know, the things I talk about will help you. You know, will teach you. You know, this is why I do them. This is why, like tonight, it's after 8 o'clock at night again, and I'm sitting here doing a video, getting off of work today before a holiday because I felt that this was an important topic. You know, we've lost some people because of stupidity. And, you know, and I'm not being mean, and I don't want to focus specifically saying on teenagers or any age. But, guys, if we're going to carry our firearms, if you're not going to have it on you and you're going to keep it in your car, you need to make sure your car is locked. And when you are not in your vehicle, or your vehicle's not locked, and especially at night when you're getting out of your vehicle to go in for the night, and you're done for the night, bring that firearm in your house and put it in a safe place. Not to where it can be grabbed, touched, or held by anybody who comes in. You know, or, you know, if this keeps happening and it keeps getting worse like this, we're complaining now about our Second Amendment rights and, about everything going on, how they want to ban this, they want to ban that. Every time something happens, they want to blame the firearm, But we're just giving them more and more fuel for the flame. And it's going to get to the point where, we're going to be where we can't have a firearm, or whether it's going to get so bad that, you're going to have to do this and do that and do this and have so many rules thrown at you. And guys, do we really, really want this? Really, do we want to have all these rules? Do we want to have a governed system where we have to turn around and as Second Amendment people give up our rights, to carry a firearm because we have, and I hate to say it, and I'm not being mean, but we have idiots out here who want to steal our firearms? Or pretty soon what's going to happen too, which if this keeps going on like this, they're going to mandate that if your door is left open in your car and you have a firearm in there and somebody steals that firearm and uses it in a violent crime, the owner of that firearm is going to be held accountable. And do you really want that? Really, do you want to be held accountable? Do you want somebody telling you what you can and what you can't do as your right? I don't think so. I don't think so. So if we continue to do this, this is what it's going to come to. Because everything always points to the firearm. Everything. Everything that happens always points to the firearm. And, these crimes that do get committed, it's not the gun doing the crime, guys. The gun doesn't just pick up itself, like, for instance, my phone, just pick up and decide it's going to magically just take off and start doing whatever it's going to do. No, there's always somebody behind that gun. Firearm, gun, knife, whatever have you. There's always somebody behind it. It has to have somebody behind it at all times. It's just not going to do it by itself. And the more that we keep giving people opportunities to do these things, to cause these violent crimes, the worse it's going to be. The more governed things are going to happen. They're going to want to rule us all the time, to tell us what we can and what we can't do. Do we really want that? As responsible gun owners, do we really, really want that? Sorry, guys, that my phone keeps doing this, my watch that I'm wearing, getting text messages all the time. But anyway, do we really want this, guys? No, I don't think so. I know I don't want it. That's why I am a responsible gun owner. And I hope everybody learns from this video. And I hope you are, in which most of you are, responsible gun owners. But for the ones who aren't, you better wake up. You better wake up. Because these bad situations could happen to you one time. And the worst part is it could happen to you and you legally have a firearm, but you unfortunately left it inside of your vehicle and somebody stole it out of your vehicle and used it in a violent crime. How would you feel? You got to think, would you be able to live with that? Whatever crime it might have been, would you yourself be able to live with that? I don't think so. I don't think so. It'd be a real hard thing to live with. That somebody used your firearm that you left in an unlocked vehicle and used it in a violent crime. And you know what I mean by violent crime. I don't think you would want that burden on you. And like I said, a little while ago, if we keep continuing to do this, and this happens, you are going to be liable. Because if somebody does steal that gun and they use it in a violent crime, you're going to be liable too. Not only that person, but you're going to be liable too for irresponsibly leaving your firearm in an unlocked vehicle. So guys, I'm not downing anybody, and like I said, these videos are all my opinions only. Do what you want. Do what you want. You make your own decisions. We're all smart. We're all smart out here. We're not stupid. We're not. So we need to start being a little bit more responsible about what we do with our firearms. Keep them in a safe place. Keep them out of the reach of kids. Keep them out of unlocked vehicles. Let's not have, as they call, ghost firearms running around and people who don't belong with firearms, having firearms, committing crimes, because it could be somebody close to you or somebody you know. And I don't think anybody wants that. And it's unfortunate, like we've had these two events recently right before the holidays, and actually right at the holidays. And I don't want to get deep into it because I don't want to talk too much about it, because it did have to do with a young person and a sibling, and I don't want to talk about it or that, because it just wouldn't be right to do, because there are family probably grieving because of it, so it wouldn't be the right thing to do, and rip to those people. But anyway, guys, we've got to be more responsible, you know. And that's really, you know, all I want to say about this topic. And, you know, I just felt that I had to say something about it, and that I had to talk a little bit about it. And, you know, just the statistics that I have been looking at here recently, and the uprising I've been seeing, has just, it's incredible. It's incredible. And, you know, I do the best I can, and I try to educate you guys the best I can, and give you compelling talk, you know, and like I had said before, if there's something that you guys want to talk about, and you know, a topic that you might want to talk about, or a firearm that you want to see, like I always tell you, please put it in my comments. I'll be more than happy. If I don't have that firearm or that topic I might not know a lot about, I'll research it and I'll find out more about it. Or if I don't have that firearm, like I said, I'll get that firearm to be able to show you, or you know, tell you a little bit about it, you know. And getting back to what's going to happen in the new year here, like I said, we're going to have Austin back in the next video. Right now, he's taking a little break too because of the holidays. You know, we got New Year's coming up this weekend, and so he'll be here next Saturday, the first weekend of January, and we'll talk about a topic then. It'll probably be about a firearm. And then we will have a special guest here pretty soon, and maybe a couple of more special guests, like I said earlier, to come on and talk. And we're going to change rooms and decor and everything here. You'll see that progress in the coming months. And, you know, I'm going to do some you know, live question and answer feeds too. So you can ask me questions and I'll answer them right there for you. That'll come up in the next, you know, in the coming months too. And, you know, guys, I had worked hard at something this past year. And I finally got licensed in something. I don't want to talk about it right now, but I got licensed in something that I've been looking forward to for a long time. Took a long time to get it. It took a lot, but I finally got it. And, you know, now I'm going to put it to good use, and you know, and educate and do as much as I can, and help people as much as I can. But you'll learn more about that in the future, in the coming months. But that's all I got to say for today's video. You know, again, I'd like to say thanks for all the likes and subscribes to the channel. It helps me out a lot. And, you know, I'm hoping maybe I'll get good enough one of these days and get a sponsor, or, you know, even get more subscribers and more comments. And please continue to do this if you could. You know, that would be great. And thank you for the ones, again, that I already have, and for all the comments I've gotten already. They've been great comments. And continue. Well, guys, you know what? Have a great New Year's, and a safe and happy New Year's, and enjoy your family and enjoy the time you have. Again, peace out from the Gungeon. Later.